What if countries had their own World Cup? But instead of football teams, they were represented by their greatest video games. Welcome! Today, we are creating our own gaming tournament to find out which country deserves to be called the best homeland of video games. We have 32 countries, and every one of them will be randomly placed into a single elimination bracket. Each battle works like this. A country chooses 5 of its best games, with one game representing each category: Metacritic score, story, gameplay, legendary status, and commercial success based on game sales. Every category is worth 1 point, so the final score can be 3-2, 4-1, or even 5-0. The winner moves forward, and the loser is eliminated. 32 countries, 31 losers, and only 1 world champion. Now that the rules are clear, it is time to build the bracket. Every matchup will be decided completely at random by the wheel, and the first country selected is Belgium. Their opponent will be South Korea. That is already a really interesting matchup, with 2 completely different gaming industries going head-to-head. Now let us spin again. France. And France will face Germany, another huge European battle. Our first match is Belgium versus South Korea. Belgium enters with Divinity, Original Sin 2 for Metacritic, Divinity, Original Sin for gameplay, Baldur's Gate 3 for story, Outcast for legendary status, and Divine Divinity for sales. South Korea answers with Dave the Diver, Lies of P, SANABI, MapleStory, and PUBG, Battlegrounds. Let the battle begin. First category, Metacritic. Dave the Diver received incredible reviews, but Divinity, Original Sin 2 has an even higher metascore across several platforms. The first point goes to Belgium, 1-0. Next up, gameplay. Divinity, Original Sin faces Lies of P, and this is easily the closest battle of the match. Lies of P has sharper combat, stronger bosses, excellent parrying, and a much bigger focus on reaction and mechanical skill. But Divinity offers deeper tactics, environmental interactions, elemental combinations, co-op, build variety, and far more ways to solve every situation. If this category was only about combat, Lies of P would win. But we are judging the entire gameplay experience. Divinity wins by the smallest possible margin, 9.3 to 9.2. Belgium leads 2-0. Now we move to story. Baldur's Gate 3 versus SANABI. And this is a much closer battle than it might look at first. SANABI tells a more focused and personal story. It builds its mystery carefully, keeps the pacing tight, and gives the player a strong emotional reason to keep moving forward. The game does not need a huge world or hundreds of characters to make an impact. It uses a smaller cast, clear character relationships, and a story that becomes more intense the deeper you go. Without spoiling anything, SANABI is the kind of game where small details begin to matter more over time, and the emotional payoff stays with you after the credits. Baldur's Gate 3 takes a completely different approach. Its story is much larger, more complex, and shaped by the player's decisions. Every companion has their own personality, personal conflicts, goals, and development. Conversations can change relationships. Choices can open or close entire story paths. And even small decisions may have consequences much later. SANABI may be more concentrated, more direct, and sometimes even more emotionally powerful. But Baldur's Gate 3 offers a much deeper interactive narrative, with stronger character variety, more meaningful choices, and an incredible number of possible outcomes. The story point goes to Belgium, 3-0. In legendary status, Outcast faces MapleStory. Outcast is a genuine cult classic. Released in the late 90s, it was far ahead of its time with a large 3-dimensional world, advanced technology, freedom of exploration, and a level of ambition that helped shape the idea of the modern open-world adventure. It is still respected by players who know gaming history, but its influence stayed relatively niche. MapleStory, on the other hand, became a worldwide phenomenon. It has survived for more than 20 years, reached several generations of players, built a massive international community, and became one of the most recognizable of its era. Its colorful, two-dimensional style, social gameplay, character progression, and free-to-play model help define online gaming for millions of people, especially across South Korea and Asia. Outcast may be more innovative from a historical and technical point of view, but legendary status is also about longevity, recognition, cultural impact, and the number of players who still remember the game. And in those areas, MapleStory has the clear advantage. South Korea gets its first point, 3-1. And finally, sales. Divinity versus PUBG Battlegrounds. Belgium clearly sacrificed this category because PUBG sold tens of millions of copies before becoming free to play. South Korea takes the final point, but it is not enough. Belgium defeats South Korea 3-2 and advances to the next round. The player of the match is Baldur's Gate 3. The closest duel was Divinity Original Sin against Lies of P, and this was a true tactical victory for Belgium. And that is the end of our first battle. Belgium survives an incredibly close fight and defeats South Korea 3-2. Korea proved that it has legendary games and massive worldwide hits, but Belgium's strategy and the strength of Larian Studios were enough to secure the victory. Belgium advances to the next round, while South Korea is officially eliminated from the World Cup of Games. But this tournament is only beginning. In the next video, two European giants will collide. Germany versus France. Which country has the stronger lineup of games? Leave your prediction in the comments and subscribe so you do not miss the next battle.